3 initiatives. And I talked about it when we went to Ayawasu Iswagong and Adenta. The first is the National Apprenticeship Scheme. As I've said before, not all our children are imbued with the same mental ability. You can have the same children sitting in the same class. When the teacher teaches, one is able to catch it immediately. And so we think that he's smart, he's knowledgeable, he's intelligent. There's another one who is slow to learn. And so we might do an exam. The sharp one will continue to university, does not catch it very quickly, does not have the talent that God gave him. Take those two, the one you say is slow and the one who is smart, put them in an environment where they have to use their hands, and you find that that other one is better able and more skillful than the one who gets A in class. So all our children have a talent that God gave them. So it cannot be that we give free education to one group all the way to university, and yet when the others fall out, they are left to their own fate. Not all of them can go into the TVET centers. And so our strategy would be to introduce the National Apprenticeship Program, so that for those who are not able to continue into tertiary education, they'll be able to go into an apprenticeship and learn a skill with their hands, so that they can also find work. And if you have to learn a skill under the National Apprenticeship Program, it will help you to be able to establish something for yourself and be able to earn an income. And I said that even if your intention is to go outside the country, if you have a skill, it is an advantage for you. Because if you are a mason, it's easier to find work as a mason. If you are a carpenter, it's easier to find work. If you are a welder, it's easier to find work. So when we introduce the National Apprenticeship Scheme, I expect that all our young people who are idle and not doing anything, they are not in education, they are not in employment, at least they will come into training so they are able to learn a skill under the National Apprenticeship Program. The second one is our women. Our women are a major driver of this economy. If it comes to trade and commerce, our women dominate that sector. And most of the time, all they need is just a little credit, 1,000 Ghana cedis, to be able to use as capital, to be able to do their business. And yet there is no helper. The traditional banks won't give them support. And that's why NDC says when we come into office, we're going to create the National Women's Bank. The bank will have outlets in the major markets and everywhere that women have their small and medium enterprises, so that the little credits that they need, the 500, the 1,000, the 2,000, the 5,000, that bank will lend it to the women, and as they pay, it will be a revolving fund and will be given to other women, and they will improve their circumstances. Because women form the majority of our population. The population census has continuously shown that women are 51% of our population, more than the men. And so we're going to give this focus so that they can be able to resolve their issues. 24-hour economy, number 3. Our economy is in crisis. We cannot turn the fortunes of this country round as fast enough if we continue to work only from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that is the point I'm making. If we continue to work only from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., it will take us decades to turn this economy around. And so we need to be running, not walking. Right. And our opponents say, oh, but some people are doing it already. Fine, some people are doing it already. But there's no policy that incentivizes people to do it. That's all I'm talking about. And so we are going to introduce the policy that gives incentives for more business people and manufacturers to adopt the 24-hour economic policy. Because if we incentivize them and they add on additional shifts, even if it's only one shift, if it's even only one additional shift, that will create additional employment for young people.
Yes.
Our unemployment rate is unacceptable. It was just above 8% in 2016. Today is 14.7%. And so we have to deal with the unemployment situation. All those artificial job creation policies have not worked. You recruited young people for the NAPCO program. Up till today, you haven't even paid them their arrears. Bawumia and Nana Akufo-Addo, I'm speaking on behalf of the NAPCO trainees. We beg you, they are on their knees. Pay them what is due them.
We have issued the Ghana card. Today, with your Ghana card, you have a unique identity. If you go abroad today and your passport gets lost, you can take the Ghana card and board a plane and come back to Ghana. Today, we are going to bring a new passport application from next year. If you have a Ghana card, you don't need to fill a passport form for a passport. You will pay and we'll print the passport for you. We are building a new Ghana. We want to make sure that our youth are educated. And this is why we brought free senior high school education. Your Mahama said if he had the money, he wouldn't spend it on free senior high school. He said we couldn't do it, and we have done it. He cancelled teacher training allowances, and we have restored it. He cancelled nursing training allowances, and we have restored it. Today, we are giving free tablets to all senior high school students. Free tablets. And we are going to make sure that we have internet penetration to 100% in all communities. We are going to make sure that everybody can be able to buy and acquire a smartphone. We are going to make sure we abolish import duties on mobile phones so that the cost of mobile phones will come down. We are going to make sure that we go in partnership with the telecommunications companies so that anybody who doesn't have money can try and acquire a mobile phone from a telecom company and pay small, until you pay all of it. So we are going to make it easier for the youth to be part of the digital economy. And we are going forward. We will help the farmers for sure, but we are going to train 1 million youth in digital skills.